Okay, so another same powder video. These ones we've been hearing. This is the Winchester 231, one of my favorite powders for its versatility and its all-around use. And then the Hodgdon HP-38. So now this powder I haven't shot a whole lot, but I've shot a lot of the 231. So supposedly they are the same powder. So we're gonna figure that out today. We got the Acme, the 9mm 125 grain round nose. This is a green high-tech coated bullet that we make. And loaded up in some federal brass with the CCI primers. We're gonna find out today if these are the exact same powder like people say they are. I think I'm also gonna give Hodgdon a call on this one and see what they think. But this is with 4.2 grains of powder on each load. Like I said, same brass, same primer, same bullet, but different powders, allegedly. So we're gonna meet you guys on the range. We'll shoot these up, and then we'll go into Shotgun Willie's and talk about all the data with the velocities, averages, minimum and maximums, and the standard deviations and the extreme spreads. So we got 50 of each. So let's go do some shooting. We'll meet you guys out there. Okay, so we're out on the range now, and so we have 50 of each. We got 50 of the Winchester 231, and that's just 4.2 grains. And then we got 50 of the HP-38, and that's again 4.2 grains in both. So we're gonna both shoot 25 of each. I'm gonna shoot 25, Mitch is gonna shoot 25. And then we're gonna take all those velocities that we get to see, and we can compare them both side by side. So once we get all that information, we'll talk to you guys from Willie's, and we'll go through all the data there. Alrighty, so the Winchester 231 and the Hodgdon HP-38. So unlike the last video that we did with the two different powders that were labeled different but are definitely the same powder, like the high gun and the tight group. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out right here, you can. Those ones, I know that they're owned by the same company, but they're both Hodgdon powders, so it makes a little bit more sense that they would be the same powder, just labeled differently for different styles of shooting. But now with this one, we have a Winchester powder and a Hodgdon powder. Like I said, I understand they're owned by the same company, but it just kind of, I don't really understand, I guess, the difference between these two and why would you put two different labels on them. So, but let's get into our testing with the two different powders. So both at 4.2 grains of powder, and they're both pushing the Acme high-tech coated 125 grain 9mm. So these are both out of federal brass and both with a federal primer. So exact same components, just besides the two different powders. So with on the charts, if they are green, they're within a 10 feet per second difference than the other powder, I should say. So that was like my margin of error. Obviously, the thing to consider here is they are probably different lots. Well, not probably, they are different lots. So they're never gonna be identical, exactly the same for powder charges. And even if you do, there's a lot of different variants that happen that you may never get the same result with the same input. But our averages are extremely close. So with the Hodgdon HP-38, we're at 1,081 feet per second. And at the Winchester 231, we're at 1,078 feet per second. So extremely close for when it comes to averages. Our maximums were a little bit different. They're just outside of that 10, I think they're like 20 some feet per second difference. So there's that difference there, which, like I said, different lots, you can always produce something a little different. Same with our extreme spreads. They're just a little bit different because of our max velocities that we had. And these are all 50 shot group datas. I shot 25, Mitch shot 25, but we both just shot at different targets, but still same readings on the chronograph. So 50 shot readings with these. Same exact power factor readings. Our SDs are almost identical, 0.8 feet per second difference. So, I mean, it looks like just like the last video with the different powders, these do appear to be the exact same, labeled differently. And I also did give Hodgdon a call about this too as well, and they said, yes, these are the exact same powders. So I guess for me, I don't really understand what the point of having the exact same powder in two different canisters and then labeling it for two different things. I get a little bit more of like the high gun versus the tight group, targeting more towards shotgun shooters compared to pistol shooters, but these ones I'm just really not following. I don't understand why. But for the group sizes, honestly, I think I had Mitch beat on this. So this is our HP-38 targets. This is Mitch's target. This is mine. I know mine does look a little bit bigger, but he's kind of got a little bit of a span here. That does open up his group size a little bit. So I think I got him on that one. And then the 231, I think he beat me on this. So this is Mitch's target and this is my target. I got two flyers that don't help me out. So unfortunately, I think I'm down one more silver round in the hole there. So, but these ones were shot out of this guy here, which is the SIG 320 X5 Legion. It's a great shooting gun. We didn't have any, actually we had one stovepipe malfunction, but other than that, all 100 rounds ran really well through this guy. Shot over both of the Garmin chronographs. These things are crazy. It's really cool to be able to sit there and watch two of them side by side and almost have the exact same data that comes out of them. I mean, we're talking point or a tenth of a foot per second of difference usually between the two different chronographs. So that's kind of speaks a little bit on this guy here. So we appreciate you guys watching the video. Go check out our other videos. Like I said, we did one about the Hodgdon High group and then the Hodgdon Tight group as well. Those are the exact same powders, just like the Winchester 231 and the Hodgdon HP-38. So thanks for watching. You guys have a good rest of your day.